guys, welcome back to another colorful keto with Dory. Let me get you adjusted just a little bit better there. Happy Friday, welcome back, happy new year. It's amazing to see you. We have so much awesome stuff that we're gonna do this year. Let me tuck that underneath there. We all know Dory doesn't drink that. No strawberry quick for me, I'll tell you what. So today we are doing episode 4 of how the keto diet changed my life. So let me get my comments set up so that I can see you guys as you pop in. I'll tell you what, I don't really dig the platform. Oh, Michelle, my darling, you are here, you are here. It's so nice to see you, honey. Okay, so I'm going to pop this on. I'm going to go to, volume, all comments, so I can see you guys all instead of just top chat. And then there we go. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about depression, anxiety, and how I have found that keto has helped me with that. So I think the best place to start is my symptoms and what kind of depression I deal with, because they're all different. There's so many different forms of depression, and unfortunately a lot of general practitioners treat depression like the common cold. Oh, you're sad, take this medication, try it for a couple of months, let me know. If that one doesn't work, we'll try a new medication. And that's how it goes. And you try and try and try different medications, and it might not be treating your type of depression. So I do want to tell you that if you feel that you are suffering with depression, it is very important to get a proper diagnosis so that you are treating what you need to be treating. So I did notice that Michelle left a couple comments, so I want to see. How do I mod you? I don't know how to do that. Let me click on you and see if I can add you as a mod. There we go, add mod. Whoop whoop. Hello, darling. Hello, moderator. I've never had a mod in chat before. That's so awesome fun. And Michelle says, right, that's what I got from the doctors. One medication after a medication after another medication. I think I probably tried 8 different types of antidepressants over my lifetime, and some worked, some didn't work. Some things were helpful, some things weren't. So I didn't actually get my official diagnosis until I was in my mid-20s. Now, up until that point in my life, I had always dealt with depression. My mother remembers me being depressed as young as 3 years old. So a depressed toddler. There's a fun thought, right? And I just always seemed to be very emotional. Things always really bothered me a lot. I didn't have a lot of coping skills. I didn't develop a lot of coping mechanisms in my younger years. And I think that affected my mental state more than anything else, to be honest with you. Michelle says they made it worse. Yep. Or they had me so down that I didn't care. And one of two things happened to me when I took medication. I didn't find that it actually improved my mood, but I found that it kind of numbed my reaction to things. And I believe that's what they're aiming for with that sort of medication. I don't think it's actually intended to make you feel better. I think it's just meant to take the edge off your reactions. So in my early 20s, when my son was small, I went and had my official diagnosis. It took a couple of weeks. We went through several sessions, and at the end of that, the doctor diagnosed me with dysthymia, which they've now renamed severe depressive disorder. But at the time, he explained to me that dysthymia was basically a long-term, non-treatable, lower grade depression. So, for example, with manic depression, you get manic highs and manic lows. And for as amazing as the highs are, the lows are just as low. Whereas with a severe depressive disorder, it just kind of puts along at this steady, unhappy, kind of like walking through life with a cloud over you all of the time. And that, he explained to me, isn't a chemical imbalance. Now, some forms of depression are due to a chemical imbalance. You don't have the right amounts of hormones or what you need to process. For me, it wasn't that. Basically, he explained to me, this is just part of my personality. This is something that I will deal with from now until the end of days. And he suggested that I needed to learn to cope. I needed to learn coping mechanisms. I really had to take charge of my own mental health and realize that the only one who had control over that is me. I'm the only person who had control over that. And I struggled. I struggled for a lot of years. He did tell me that in extremely deep depressions, medication might help temporarily, but long term medicating was not the answer to my form of depression. So I really just kind of, I accepted that that's how life was going to be, that I was going to be an unhappy, depressed person, and that's just what it was. And then I found keto completely by accident. I had no idea about the medical benefits of keto when I found it. I saw one video, it sounded like it made sense to me, and I decided to do it. But I realized quickly within starting keto, I would say probably maybe only about 2 or 3 weeks, that from lowering my carbohydrates and cutting my sugar out, my brain started to heal. I started to feel less anxious, less depressed. And it kind of hit me like a wave. And all of a sudden, one day, I was thinking, when was the last time I was miserably depressed? When was the last time I couldn't get out of bed? And it had been quite a while. So for me, I was really shocked that keto would make a difference. Now, I knew that I was feeding my body garbage, but I didn't understand what that was doing to my brain and the ability that my brain has to process information. My life is no less stressful than it used to be. If anything, I think my life is maybe more stressful than it used to be. I invest a lot of time in keto content, 12 to 16 hours a day. So these are things I didn't used to do. I've taken on more activities, more responsibility, and yet I still process better. It's easier for me. It just doesn't feel like that dark cloud all of the time. I still have bad days. I still have days where I struggle with my mental health, where I feel like I'm not worthy of something better, but we all are. And we get to take our own healing into our hands. No one is going to be your advocate more than you are. So if you are struggling, if you are in a deep depression, at least consider that changing your diet might help alleviate some of those symptoms. And guess what? It comes without all of the awful side effects that come with medications, without the weight gain. What? Weight loss is the bonus when you're doing keto. So let's see. Michelle says, everyone's got to smash that like button. Thank you, thank you. And if you know anyone who is struggling with depression and you feel like keto might help them, then feel free to share this video and let them know that they're not alone. We are not alone. We don't have to work on our mental health by ourselves. This is something we're going to spend a lot of time focusing this year on, improving our own self-image. We're going to work on self-care. We're going to work on self-love. We're going to work on seeing who we really are in the mirror every day. Because for so many of us, I know I still see that fat girl when I look in the mirror. And I still struggle every day with being honest with myself about the new me? Who am I now? And I get that question a lot. I was talking with my cousin a couple weeks ago, and he wants to start keto and he wants to lose weight. And he said to me, what happens if I lose my identity? What happens if I cease to be who I am now? I spent my whole life being the funny fat friend. Who am I when I'm not fat? Well, I'm still funny. I'm still a good friend. I'm kind. I share with people. I do all of these things. I am no less of a person because I'm healthy now. And you really have to open up to that and understand that all of this mental work doesn't happen on its own. You're not going to just lose weight and wake up one day and feel amazing. It is a constant struggle every day to go through the work and put in the time to feel better, to understand that who we were trapped in before doesn't have to be who we are going forward. Miss Tori! Tori says, hi, I am struggling with depression and I need to get back on keto. Come check out my Facebook group. If you use Facebook, it's called Colorful Keto Lifestyle. If you search steps 1, 2, and 3, it'll pull up an old video from 2 years ago and it'll explain to you how to get started on keto, how to track your macros, how to pick a tracker, how to search for things in group. And honestly, once you do those 3 steps, we get to go to the fun part. We get to create food. We get to have a good time. Once you get the basics down, you're laughing. Michelle says, welcome to Tori. Tori says, thank you. And yes, Michelle is definitely willing to help you as well. We are a community. We are here to pull together and help each other. So I'm going to say, let's make a goal and let's do one positive affirmation every day for this month. Now we're starting on the 3rd, but I don't care. We can get a little bit of a late start. And I will post something later this afternoon, and I will make an effort to post a positive affirmation every day this month to help, because it starts with talking to yourself kindly. It starts with replacing the negative self-talk with positive conversation. We would never treat our friends the way we talk to ourselves. So it's about relearning old behaviors. And a little bit at a time, we will grow into the strong, confident women we were always meant to be. So in closing, I want to tell you, again, you are never alone. You don't have to do it alone. And even if there's no one in your immediate life who understands, we're here, we understand, and you're not alone. Stay tuned next Friday. We're going to talk about how the ketogenic diet changed my life. And we're going to talk, I think, about holding back, because the keto diet is what taught me that I don't have to hold back in life. So we're going to go to the positive next week, and we're going to talk about how changing your diet can change so many other things in your life. Have an amazing Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And Michelle, let us know in the comments when your next coffee live is, because we want to hang out. Have an amazing day, guys. Happy Friday, Happy New Year, and Happy New Us. Bye, guys.